Hi, this is Michael Pariente with the Pariente Law Firm, PC, and I am addressing you from my conference room here at the Hughes Center. And I wanted to take a moment to talk about the federal and state laws regarding enticement of a minor, which is under 18 U.S.C. 2422, and also luring a minor, which is 201.560 at the state level here in Nevada. Let's talk a little bit about the federal statute. The federal statute is brutal. If you are arrested for enticing a child through the internet, in other words, it doesn't even have to be a child. It can be an undercover officer, is usually is the case, who, let's say, you communicate with through a Craigslist ad or through a chat room. If you are arrested for trying to convince that minor to meet you somewhere, and it turns out that that is not even a minor, that it's an adult, a police officer pretending to be a minor, that qualifies under the statute. And if you're convicted, you get a minimum of 10 years, and that is 10 years that is mandatory. The federal judge does not have the ability to give you less than the 120 months, the 10 years in prison that you have to spend. And then what's worse is when you get out of prison after doing your 10 years, you have to register as a sex offender for the rest of your life, and you're subject to what's called lifetime registration. So the consequences are very brutal, they're very unforgiving. It doesn't matter if you've never been in trouble before, you've never even had a traffic ticket. If you're convicted at the federal level for enticement of a minor, you get 10 years minimum. Now let's talk a little bit about the state level. The state level, that statute, NRS 201.560. It's a statute that provides that if you try to meet a child through the internet, and it turns out that the child is an adult who is a police officer pretending to be a child, you can still be prosecuted and convicted for violating this statute. Now the penalties under NRS 201.560 are far less than at the federal level. So you can be charged at the federal or state level for the same crime. It's not double jeopardy. We have what are called two separate sovereigns. You have the federal sovereign and here in Nevada and at the U.S. District Court, and then you have the state sovereign, which would be the state of Nevada, and that will be prosecuted in the Justice Court and ultimately in the Judicial District Court in Las Vegas. So if you're prosecuted for the state statute, you face anywhere from 1 to 10 years in prison, but the crime is probation eligible. It does require you to register as a sex offender, but it does at least give you the opportunity to get probation. It is not what's called a mandatory minimum, which means that if you're convicted of it, you do not automatically receive, as you do in the federal system, the 10 years. The 10 years we talked about for the federal case, that's what's called a mandatory minimum. It means that you have to serve a minimum 10 years. A judge cannot give you less time. So if you are charged with either the federal statute under 18 U.S.C. 2422, or you're charged under the state statute of NRS 201.560, or you're being investigated, give me a call if you'd like to come sit down with me in my office. My first consultation is free. We can meet at my office here, or if you're calling from out of state and you want to set up a time to talk to me over the phone, we can arrange a teleconference as well. So give me a call, and I look forward to meeting with you.